All right, back quickly. Sorry, I just skimmed over it. You signed a 1-year extension with the Sharks, but there was a little bit of talk throughout the year about you potentially going to the Warriors. Talk to me a bit about what happened there.
Yeah, so I got a very lucrative contract to go to the Warriors. I think it was before I played a game in 2020. Went over to New Zealand with my mum to have a look at the facilities and have a look at where I'd be living, all that sort of stuff. And I honestly thought I was going over for a free trip, but they really I was like, this is mad. I actually really enjoyed the trip and everything that they had to offer and just the country had to offer as well. I went back with a really hard decision to make and ended up signing a letter of agreement, I think it's called, agreed to terms. So I signed that, didn't sign a contract though. And then coronavirus happened. My brother was living in Bali at the time and I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to leave mum here by herself. On top of that, my Oma, almost grandma in German, she got diagnosed with cancer and I was sort of thinking like, it's probably isn't the best time now to move away and leave my family behind and called up the Warriors and told them the bad news and it was a bit of a to and fro at one point. It was a bit of like you're getting on the plane. It was a bit of like, well, I'm not getting on the plane. Like, yeah, you are. But no, I'm not. That went on for about an hour. It was very intense.
Yeah. Well, essentially, you've made the decision for family reasons.
Yeah, just wanted to stay for my family.
Be around closer to family. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is totally understandable.
And I was keen as to go over at the time. It's just things didn't work out that way, and just want to be here for mum and my Oma, which I'm glad that I've done.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. Well, mate, I'm happy to have you. I'm happy that you stay.
Are you sure?
I'm happy that you stay.
I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know if Tuesday.
Good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so Buzz, obviously you had a mint 2020 season, played really well, came onto the scene. You were off contract. You re-signed with the Sharks for one season. Why the 1 year?
I just sort of wanted to back myself. Just sort of wanted to I sort of felt what I did in 2020. There's a lot more to go, a lot more to build on my game. I didn't want to settle into a contract that I, felt I might have outgrown.
I love that.
So I just sort of back myself. Just want to, and if it doesn't work out, look, then it doesn't work out. I mean, it's entirely up to me, and I can live with that. I can live. If I fail, then I failed. Then so it's just on my back. Pretty much just entirely. I just wanted it to be up to me.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I love that. I fully love that. And you also just recently got announced in the Blues emerging squad, where Blues. You spent a day the other day in the Blues inner sanctum, mate. How was that? And what would you make of it? Getting selected in that squad.
Yeah, it was a really nice compliment just after the year in first grade that I had. Just sort of nice to be recognised for the efforts that I put in, and it's always nice to be. I love the Blues. Like who doesn't that grows up in New South Wales? You're a diehard Blues supporter. So to be in the same breath as some of the Origin players out there, it's a massive compliment. So then the day in itself was pretty mad. Went out to the facility out in Homebush, which I'd never been to before. Didn't know it existed. The Blues training ground. Saw the world's longest tunnel that leads up from there into Homebush, which is crazy. The gym, all that sort of stuff. Freddie just talked to us about how much we hate Queensland and why they're just derricks. And I just couldn't agree more with everything he was saying. So yeah, it was just 2 hour chat about. We had this little quiz on as well, which I came last in about Blues history, which I couldn't believe I came last in that. Yeah. But it was really good. Good to meet some of the other guys from other teams as well. Just all in all, good experience, really.
Yeah, beauty.